Ahoy hoy YouTube modeling community, it's the Lazy Eye Modeler here in the Woody Workshop. We're going to do another toss of sprue. I believe it's number 27. I'll have it correct in the description. I forgot to check before we started recording. Anyway, I'm just going to do this as sort of a wrap up of the past weekend. Review upcoming shows, thank you, all sorts of things. Just a quick thoughts out to everybody down there, especially in the Las Vegas area after what happened there. A terrible thing. Thoughts and prayers are with everybody there. And I also want to say, as usual, thoughts and prayers to our YouTube members who are dealing with health issues, including Chris Cortell, Chris Chapman, Cliff Roadhog, and all others that are dealing with health issues. Just thoughts and prayers to you. And so moving on, September 30th, so this past Saturday, was the Toronto Model Car Show. My friend Bill and I, we had a table down there to vend, to get rid of some models. A friend of ours, JP, he actually accidentally double booked. There was a train show down there this past weekend as well, and he had booked to vend there because he has quite a train collection that he was trying to clear out, and so he couldn't use his table at the Toronto Model Car Show. So Bill and I decided, well, I decided to take the table to part with some models, and Bill joined in with me. Now, before I asked Bill to join me, my wife volunteered to be my sort of the plus one. You know, you're allowed 2 entries when you're vending. So I managed to sell about 55% of what I brought, and I didn't buy much because I had my conscience with me, and I just, with her watching, I couldn't get myself into trouble. Let's just leave it at that. I was quite happy with what I managed to sell. There's one big military motorcycle kit that I have. I think it's 1/6. I forget. I'd have to go check, but it's a large size motorcycle model that I really like to get rid of, but that didn't sell. It wasn't a military show; it's a model car show, so I guess it just didn't fly. It is what it is. Bill had a really good day. By the end of the day, he was blowing out kits at $10 a piece, so some people were getting some pretty good deals off of him. All in all, it was a good day. I didn't really get into the contest room to see the models too much. I did pop in there, but I ended up talking to somebody, and then I had to get back to my table, so I never really saw the models. If I remember when I'm posting this, I'll post a video from IPMS Toronto Barbican. He has a video of some of the models there, and if you want to see what was there, you can watch that video. I didn't even take my camera out of the bag that I brought it in, and I didn't use the camera whatsoever. The other event that was on this past weekend was CapCon in Ottawa, Ontario, which is this show. From what I've heard, it was an excellent show. A lot of great quality stuff on the tables, and the only complaint I heard was by the time you got in, it was kind of on the expensive side. I guess the cost of the museum and whatnot. But that was the only complaint I've heard. Everybody seemed quite happy with it, had a good time, and it was a great venue to have a show. So that's good. Doubling back quickly to the Toronto Model Car Contest, I met somebody who watches the channel, the Lazy Eyed Modeler channel, and the Woody Workshop, and Nigel, and that's the only name I'm going to give, is he introduced himself, told me he enjoyed watching uh, the content that I put on the channel here, and he said, since you're into wood, I have a gift for you. And he said, I'll keep looking around. I'll be back later. And of course, you're wondering kind of what's coming. So Nigel came back later, and he gave me a little box, and he gave me these gifts, and I'm going to show it to you. There, it's a load of wood for a pickup bed. And this happens to be the pickup bed from the 64 Chevy pickup from Revell. And that just slides in there nicely, just between the wheel wells. And that's a load of like cut lumber, cut wood that you could throw in your fireplace or cut further down for your fireplace. And then the other item he gave me was a load of logs. And this is sitting, you probably recognize the 54 pickup. That load of logs is sitting in the bed of the 50 Ford pickup. Sorry for having my finger in the way here, but I want to hold it in so it doesn't fall out. Really cool. I'm looking forward to using these items in a pickup build. So I just want to say thank you, Nigel. That was a really cool gift. I really appreciate that, and I hope you see these in a build soon. I think probably what I'll do is I'll leave them loose so I can transfer them from pickup to pickup for photo opportunities and whatnot. But I really appreciate the gift, Nigel. Thanks for stopping by and chatting for a while, and thanks for the gift. And the contact information will be in touch, and that was a great thing. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I want to move on to upcoming shows. I'll be touching on Ontario shows as well as a couple from out of the area. The first one I want to mention is Air CADCon 6 model show. This happens at the Cadet Youth Development Center in Breslau, Ontario. I went last year. It was a cool little show and some good vendors. So if you want to check that out, I know they're on Facebook. You can check them out on Facebook. I'm not sure if there's any other website or not, but there's the information there. So if you're in the South Central Ontario area, I suggest you check that out. Next up is, and I'll have to put a picture down below here as I'm talking, but the next show after that is Wellcom in the Guelph area. It's put on by the Guelph area modelers. It's November 5th, and hopefully the picture I put up here will give you all the information you need. It's like an IPMS type show, so it's all genres of model building. It should be a good show. From what I understand, they're putting together a good vendors room, so I would go check that out. Of course, the other show that same weekend that's well known to our community is the Southern Nats on November 4th down in Atlanta. A great show. If you've never been there, try to get there. I really enjoyed myself last year with all the YouTubers. There's quite a YouTube contingent down there. So if you have a chance to go down there, I urge you to go down and check it out. The other show is Motor City NNL 13. That's happening November 12th, I believe. Yeah, okay, good. Yep, November 12th, 2017. It's at the Macomb Community College Sports and Expo Center in Warren, Michigan, 12 Mile Road and Hayes Road. Bill and I are thinking of taking a trip down to this one just for, something different. We've been a couple times. A lot of good shopping. The N&L itself is a little smaller than uh, many of the others, but I think it's grown quite a bit, like since the last time we saw it. Very good show, and if you're in that area, I would recommend coming out and checking it out. And I'm going to back up a bit. I don't have the information for it, but this coming weekend is the Toledo N&L, the N&L Nationals. I would suggest that you can Google that and check it out. It's in Toledo / Sylvania. It's at the Sylvania Sports Center, Sportsplex, something like that. Just keep in mind that for this event, that if you want to go into the area where the vendors are, there's a certain fee, and then there's a certain fee for the to enter the N&L area, which is part of the big hall itself. They just kind of rope off the area where the N&L is. So if you want to check that out, it's always a good time, I find. We just decided to do Detroit this year instead, so that's that. The other show that I've just become aware of this morning is Torcan. For those who are in the South Central Ontario region, Torcan is an IPMS type event put on by the Peel Region Model Builders. They just set their date, so it's a little later than it had been. It's May 26th. They have flyers coming out. I think they already had the flyers out at Capcom. I'll see if I can find one and post it here. If not, we'll post it at another toss of Sprue. But if you want to mark that on your calendar, it's coming up in the the Central Ontario Model Show season is Torcan on May 26th. And I think that about wraps it up. I did come home with one model from the Toronto Model Car Contest, and it's this one, which is kind of ironic. It is the 39 wagon rod by AMT, and it's sort of a Woody, and it's because I bought some draw prize tickets, and I won this draw prize. And it's, like I say, being the Woody Workshop and whatnot, it was kind of ironic that this is the one that I ended up with. Very cool. And thanks to the people who donated models to the Toronto Model Car Show for the raffle draw. Much appreciated. I think that's everything for now. I hope everybody's having a good time building. It's a beautiful warm day here, so I'll be heading out to cut the lawn and whatnot, and then hopefully, I've got to put the models I didn't sell back in on the shelves and organize things here a bit. Hopefully I have something further along than sanded and primed to show you sometime soon. In the meantime, I hope everybody's well, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.